If I was a cartoonist, I would describe a majority of the United States of America citizens, especially the conservatives, in a simple cartoon. There'd be a man sitting in a recliner in his living room watching Fox News, and he'd be in his full gear with his protective vest on, his helmet, with an AR-15 laying in his lap, loaded, fingers straightened off the trigger, ammo cans surrounding him, magazines loaded to the hilt, stacked to both sides. He's angry, maybe even has a cigar in his mouth. He's a patriot. He yells at his wife, "Honey, if they get any closer, I swear I'm going to do something about it." In the background, his wife's washing dishes, looking out the window, and the neighbor's house is on fire. That is the reality in America right now. We are on fire, and most conservatives are sitting on their couch watching TV, swearing that if it gets any closer, they're going to do something about it. The other day's video said, "No, the war." The reality is, I say it over and over and over again because we need to ask, what is the war? Many of you know what the war is. Many of you don't know what the war is. Who is the enemy? The enemy of the people is a social club inside the top level of the United States government. They've invaded every government on earth. They are the scum of the earth. They will push the trigger on us at any given time. We are nothing but just a bunch of sheep running around a field to them. They think they're the herd masters. They're not. But they have gained size and power, not only physically but mentally. They're the reason why that man sits on the couch in his full gear. He has rights to protect himself. He knows it, but he's afraid. He's afraid to actually do anything about it. Now, I'm not telling anybody to go hit the streets. This whole mission has been to prevent a war, because that is their last-ditch effort. Our enemy, their last-ditch effort is to call for a war. Those of us that pay attention to politics, and even myself, I am guilty of being silent. Don't talk politics, don't talk religion. Well, I followed the rules. Shook my head in disbelief. 20 years of watching it just go on and on. These presidents pretending to believe, or not believe, but portray that there's something that they're not. They pretend to be for the people, but they're blatantly not. They can't keep all of the information from making it out. The information that grows too big, they just run a side story on it and have an excuse, and they'll pound that excuse down everybody's throat so that you'll believe it. They literally controlled all three branches of the United States government. If you understand the Constitution, you understand that the three branches were created and designed to have equal power spread throughout the three. They could watch over each other. Well, what happened is they gained control of all three branches of government. Presidents elect judges. Judicial branch. Interesting. Legislative branch. Right? They decide if the judge is qualified. And over a period of 40, 50 years, it grows and it grows and it grows. They're like a cancer. They're the scum of the earth. All manipulatable or manipulating. They prey on the people of the earth, really. They do whatever they want, whenever they want, whatever's going to make them money. Pharmaceutical companies, the sex trafficking stuff and the pedophile ring, you want to talk about top tier, they're all involved. All of them are involved. Now, I just told you they controlled all three branches of the United States government. Donald Trump had the guts to come out and say it, and he had something else that none of the rest of us had. He had name recognition that was as famous globally as Michael Jackson. That was our trump card. It was the only and last chance we will ever get to write this. That was a little over 5 years ago. We worked very, very hard to spread the truth on a smear campaign against him, and we succeeded. That was a big win. That was a big victory for some group of Americans that's supposed to be so weak. It's because the truth is a powerful weapon. That is the biggest thing we have on our side. Truth and honor. But we don't have justice. Are you tired of there being no justice yet? What's it gonna take? Gotta set your living room on fire? When Donald Trump and a group of his red-blooded, patriotic Americans walked through the front door of the White House, it took 18 months to regain control of the executive branch of government. 18 months. While we're all playing games, talking about Russia collusion, even though within days we knew it was fake, we're still talking about Russia collusion today with a handful of people. When that wore out, the president came out and said, great, now it's time to talk about Joe Biden and Ukraine. We all already knew about it. We've been waiting to talk about it for a while. We've been screaming to talk about it, those of us that weren't afraid to talk about it. At the first mention of it, instantly, smear campaign on Donald Trump, tie him to Ukraine. That is what they do. That is their weapon against us and against the truth. They accuse the good people of being guilty of that of which they are guilty of. It's a constant, nonstop, revolving door of misinformation that keeps us talking about things other than the secret society that has invaded the United States government and controls our lives. And they're criminal, pedophile, murderers. I've walked around for 5 years like there's crosshairs on the back of my head. Nonstop every day. Not afraid. Come and get it. Words are weapons. Who are the good people? You're the good people. All of you are good. We're all productive members of society that enjoy going out and talking to other members of our society. This is bigger than the United States of America. This is a global war. There are good people in every single country, everywhere on earth. Most of you are aware what's going on. The minions for the enemy of the people create a persona that there is a massive, massive amount of ignorant fools. The squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? That's control by fear. They make you think that they're bigger. Most of the turds in this country are running around on buses trying to burn cities down. They get paid their $20 an hour or whatever the hell they're getting paid. And if you don't know they're getting paid, they're getting paid. It's a job. Back to the good people. You're all good. Almost every one of you. Literally almost every one of you that sees this video is good. It is imperative that you just understand whether or not you're on the left or the right. That doesn't make you good or bad. The war is not between us. Different ideas, different beliefs, different countries of origin, different color of skin, different gender. We're all good people. You are all good people. The enemy of the people wants us to fight. Hence the word propaganda. It is imperative that we understand the war so that we don't play their game and we start playing our game. How do they win? Their ultimate goal would be to get us to implode. We go into the streets, we fight, we beat each other up, we shoot each other. They get it on film. It's plastered on every TV in the nation, like George Floyd, within 24 hours, and we are at war. Or they drag it out until they regain power and cheat an election, which they're very... If you don't think they're capable of cheating an election, you're an ignorant fool. Their final option, in my opinion, this is in my opinion, if they have a button to blow this rock out of the universe, they will likely be pushing it soon. You want to be afraid of it? Do you really care? I'd rather live on my feet than die on my knees with these scumbags. How do we win? First off, we have to know the war. We don't fall for their propaganda. We communicate with each other. We protect each other at all cost. We have to move very swiftly right now before this election and finish this. If we let it drag out to the election, they're just going to drag it out. 4 more years. You want 4 more years of this shit? I sure as hell don't. If I've talked to you over the last 5 years, many of you, whether it's in person, whether it's here in Washington State, whether it's in other states in this country, whether you live in another country, odds are 90% of you know the truth and see it with your own eyes, whether you did before that or not. There are many of you that already knew. You're all leaders. The only way we succeed is by you leading your friends, your family, your neighbors into prosperity and making sure that we're all taken care of and we're taking care of our loved ones and our communities. It is literally that simple. I truly don't know all of the enemy. I've got a real good idea. I know who a lot of them are. You know, the information is suppressed to a level that we don't know what's what. Create confusion, panic, fear. Just stop being afraid. Tell your friends and family to stop being afraid. I thank every one of you for your effort. Those of you that have been in it since the beginning, those of you that come in a couple years ago, those of you that are just figuring this out recently. I thank you. I see you guys talking, engaging in conversation, and showing people the truth. That's great. Arguing over bullshit ideas is not going to fix anything. Drop the conversation. Keep it simple. There is a criminal career political society that has overrun the United States government and all entities of it, and they are a rogue unit against us. That's the message. That's the war. And it's all information. It's not bullets and bombs. It never will be bullets and bombs. And if it is, I fear for my enemy. We are much stronger than they want us to believe. I guarantee it. It is time to put this to an end. You have to do your part. You need to know the truth, and you need to spread the truth. I appreciate every one of you. God bless. Semper Fi.